Hello, right. Lovely to meet you.
We were pleased to welcome to Darnford Moors, Michael Fabricant, MP for Lichfield since 1992, patron of LHCRT since 2007, and chairman of the all-party parliamentary group for waterways. He came to see the progress our volunteers and contractors on Site Central have made in creating the Ecology Park and getting the canal into water. LHCRT volunteers are preparing the canal bed ahead of contractors laying a waterproof lining.
One convenience there, I'm saying extra. They get further. 7 minutes past 3 out of Lichfield
Three, 2, 1. There you are, lovely one.
Right, lovely.
Perhaps it's not supposed to.
Contracts manager.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So Derek, you know, there's the swing bridge, which of course has been here for a while now. What I'm not really clear about is where will it connect up with Darnford Park? Mm-hmm. And more importantly, because everybody wants it to start, when is it actually going to happen?
Okay, so where we are today is this section will be constructed this year.
Great.
It will be in water by summer, and just behind the trees there is Lock 30, and below Lock 30 HS2 are going to be doing diversionary work as part of their works.
And of course we've only just heard yesterday from the Department for Transport that the so-called delay to HS2 is now not going to happen, and it's still full steam ahead. Not that we should be talking about steam and HS2, but you know, we live in hope. But there you go on.
So basically what will happen is we will have this in water and ready.
Yep.
They will do their diversionary work. That's programmed for 2025. So come 2025, we will be connected from here all the way into Huddlesford. There's a small winding hole just up here, so but at that stage it would be possible for boats to come through, turn around and go back. Obviously connected with that is the fact that we have the cruising club and the mooring, so that has to be allowed for, so they will have to have their arrangements in place before there's regular use of the canal. We've got additional funding to carry on working on this section here and bringing this into water. So our intention is that we will have a section of canal in water up to just short of Darnford Lane this year. We're currently working on the design for the culvert under Darnford Lane.
Right.
So that will be the next stage. And we're also looking actively to try and get agreement with National Highways for the connections under the A38. And we would ideally hope to move that forward. So we could be into Lichfield, into Darnford Park, around about 2026, connected all the way down to...
So rumours that we'll all be dead before it happens are not true.
Absolutely.
That's a relief.
Absolutely.
Be nice to see it all happen.
Yep.
Will the towpath be this side or that side?
Towpath on this side and maintenance path on that side.
Right. And are you going to, well, presumably you are going to plant it all out and things like you've done?
Yes, yeah. So this bit here, this is where work's already been done. The original hedges have been trimmed back, hedge lanes going on. There'll be some additional planting here, so that's part of the ecological works.
Right.
On the other side there will be wildflower planting on the bund going down. What will happen is when everything's complete, we'll pump water out of the Darnford Brook into here.
Yeah. Where is Darnford Brook?
Just here, literally just next to the bridge. Yeah, on that tree line.
Yeah.
So we've got an Environment Agency consent for abstraction.
Why doesn't it all go green and manky? Because, you know, you're pumping water into something which is not blocked at that end, it's blocked at that end.
The answer is it will go green and manky if we don't take action to replenish it and complete it. So what we do is things like planting of reed beds in it, and that helps to put oxygen back into the water.
So temporarily it'll be a lake rather than a canal.
Correct.
If you know what I mean.
And what we may have to do in summers is pump oxygen in to oxygenate the water.
Right.
Can I buy a product? Very commonly used agricultural.
Probably it's okay where we are. You know,
Here we are. Right, so this is the bentonite material. So that's the clay, the bentonite.
Right.
This material here, and it's in a sandwich. So you've got this coating on the top, another one underneath, and those are there to hold it in place, so it doesn't just spread in all directions. They contain it.
And what's this green stuff? It's unusual colour for
the green
adhesive.
The green gunge is a sealant.
Oh right.
And so when you've got the material here, it can't get.
Oh, what is this? It's like.
Yeah.
Is it rubber or?
No, it's a clay.
Oh. Right.
It is a clay.
Right.
Yep. So when you get to the edge here, you're pushing that up against, but there's still a joint.
Right.
And we don't want a joint really, because that's where the leaks will occur. So this material is a sealant that links the clay to the metal. You can see there they're pushing it up against the metal, and it follows the indents. And you can see here that they overlap the bentonite.
Yes.
So they peel it back. So the clay layers then merge. So you've got a continuous seal.
Peel back the top, so exposed to clay.
Right.
And it's going to unpeel
The bottom of
membrane
it.
on the top one, put the two clay layers together.
Oh, I see. So it actually
it's
makes it waterproof.
Yeah.
And where does it come from?
It's
US. Right.
yeah. It's basically a natural clay product. On the sides there, you can see you've got a grid there. So
And what's the grid made of?
That's a plastic grid.
It's a plastic.
Yeah. So you put the same ASDUG material down first of all to do an initial cover. Then you lay the grid on top, and then you put stone on top. So further down you can see it's all there's a stone face.
Right. Yeah.
And the stone face is there to protect the side and stop it falling.
Yeah.
But in the base, nothing's going to happen. So it's just the ASDUG material. And you can see there at the top, what holds it in place as well is there's a trench. Well, just here.
Drops over the
So
top.
you drop it down into a trench and you fill over the trench, so the trench holds it in place. Good subsoil. Yeah. One of the things that we have to prove is that it's not leaking. So whereas on Pound 26, it's been in for a very long time and it doesn't appear to leak, the actual product is at greater risk of leaking than this one. So this is basically the way forward.
About a 6-inch overlap, isn't it? Roughly.
Thereabouts, yeah.
If it does leak,
Yep.
and they'll test it,
Yeah.
if it does leak, how will you find out where the leak is?
Well, we test the whole lot first of all, from here to the bridge. If we find that it is leaking, we would look to see for signs of leakage, and we would hopefully be able to see potentially where it is. And if necessary, we would break it down into small sections.
Very good.
So we'd bund it in small sections and then try and it is. Absolutely. I mean, you can see that they've got really good quality control on here, so everything should be fine, but you can never be 100% certain.
No, it doesn't look very unlikely.
Yeah.
So this is fascinating. So this is a temporary dam, I'd call it, but bund is the
Yep.
official name. And this, along with all the sides and everything, is being reinforced, not reinforced, but made waterproof, isn't it? With
Yep.
bentonite. Raw mat is the actual product, which is a British product, although part of it comes from the US. And it's like, it is like a mat. And it's clay, and it actually locks in the water and makes it really sealed in, and it's absolutely fantastic how it's working. And what it'll mean, of course, is that we'll have a really, really established waterway, or at least a lake anyway, this year. And it'll be fantastic to come and see it. And I gather ecologically the plans, Derek, is to have all this planted out and
Yep.
make it into a wonderful towpath.
Absolutely.
Well, I think we must try and get the chairman of the Waterways All-Party Parliamentary Group, as well as being the MP for Lichfield, and a patron of the Lichfield and Haslin Canal Restoration Trust, the badge. But I think we should try and get one or two people over here to have a look at it.
Absolutely.
Has Richard Parry been here yet, by the way?
Not to this bit.
Because Richard
but,
Parry is the chief exec of the Canal and River Trust.
Yeah.
And eventually, I think we're hoping that when the whole thing is complete, the Navigation Authority, the Canal and River Trust, will take it over and then they will maintain it. But of course, they need to be assured that it is going to be relatively trouble-free. And it should be. It's a new canal, albeit that it's following the route of a very old canal.
Yeah.
Can I just ask you, how much longer do you think you'll be working on this part?
I think we're on this particular stretch here. We've just got a little bit more to do down the bottom, so a couple of weeks. And the whole project duration, I think, is about 12.
And then we're hoping to move straight on to the next part.
That's correct. Yeah, we're hopeful. So yeah, relying on you guys and the funding, but we're ready to keep going. And
Oh well, fingers crossed.
yeah, definitely. Thanks very much.